Viewers' discretion is advised. Welcome back to another film review, this thing that I keep doing. In honor of the impending release of the much anticipated sequel, it was originally scheduled to be released in 2005, it is time to look back at 2001's Mortal Kombat reboot. Yes, it's another video game movie, but what this one does better than most is that it leans into its source material, providing a very graphic, brutal, almost action-packed picture that resonates with both the casual audiences and the hardcore fans. The story begins in the past at Japan, when a ninja named Hanzo is attacked by mercenaries led by the evil Bi-Han. Bi-Han has come back to seek revenge against Hanzo by killing his wife and son when he was away fetching water. Seeing he's too late, Hanzo just goes to town on these lackeys, brutally dismembering them not just with the katana, but also with his wife's kunai attached to a rope. Bi-Han and Hanzo meet, and the duel for revenge begins. Sadly, Hanzo isn't strong enough and Bi-Han kills him, and leaves him thinking the last of the Hasashi bloodline has been finished. Enter the lightning god, Raiden, who takes the kunai from Hanzo's body before it's, I guess, dragged to hell, and finds Hanzo's only surviving daughter to carry her away to safety. Then we cut forward to modern times, with Cole Young. He's an original character created for this film. Cole's only occupation seems to be a cage fighter, and enters the octagon for just $200, just to get his ass whooped. The defeated Cole and his daughter are just about to leave the joint when they meet Jax, who's curious about Cole's weird birthmark, shaped like a coiling red dragon. While Cole and his family are trying to eat at a diner, they are attacked by a mysterious man who seemingly creates ice and telepathically uses that as a weapon. This is Sub-Zero. Of course, never having seen anything like this before, Cole and his family are very frightened when they are picked up by Jax and they attempt to speed off. But Sub-Zero was able to follow, so Jax decides to stay and fight, allowing Cole and his family to get away, telling him to go find a woman named Sonya Blade. Meanwhile, we kind of stick with Jax as he attempts to shoot up Sub-Zero with an assault rifle, quickly learning it's better to resort to hand-to-hand combat before Subby Wubby freezes Jax's arms and shatters them. Then he kicks him down to the next floor with a thud. Cole finds a safe place for his family and runs off to find Sonya, and she explains the marking is for those who are meant to fight in this ancient tournament between the realm of the outer world and the earth realm. Cole doesn't believe her at all, even mentioning that they misspelt the word combat. Sonya has already captured the quick-mouthed asshole known as Kano when they are attacked by Reptile, but in his monster form, not the ninja form. He looks cool, I guess, we just can't really see him too well because he can camouflage, aka save money on the budget. Seriously, you don't really get a good look at Reptile, just a glimpse before Kano rips his heart out in a fatality move, which is pretty good. Now Cole, Sonya, and Kano set out to find Raiden's secret temple. They think they know where it is until they get lost in a desert, and finally Liu Kang appears and guides the warriors in a different direction towards the temple. Here they meet Raiden, who explains the threat of the outer realm, having beaten the earth realm 9 times before, and they're just one victory away before they can take it over. And all of humanity faces certain death at the hands of the outer realm sorcerer, Shang Tsung. I hope I got that name right. So the three of them, Sonya kinda, she doesn't have a mark yet, will train with Liu Kang and Kung Lao to awaken their arcana to prepare them for Mortal Kombat. From here, it's a lot of training and talking and bad guys randomly showing up to spill the beans. I mean, this film is nearly 2 hours long, but by the time Cole learns his arcana, it's basically the end of the second act. The plot of the film is not only to establish the world of Mortal Kombat, but the main villain, Shang Tsung, has decided to prematurely attack the Earth Realm's warriors to kill the champions before the tournament even begins, so they can have an automatic win. And in return, our heroes fight back. But the tournament is never shown, which is good news because it saves room for the sequel to hopefully portray the fights or get us into the tourney. Some of the pros about this movie are, you will get to see some graphic fights with classic fatalities. Yes, there will be blood. But the uniqueness of the blood is some of it's practical, while the rest of it is CGI, to make the fights more bloody like the games. I kinda like it compared to the CGI around the warriors who use magic. Like, I'm not upset with Goro, who is basically all green screen out. That makes sense. Back in the original 90s Paul W.S. Anderson's movie, Goro was more practical, but he was also not as big as the game showcased the four-armed freak. No, the magic is kind of just more like an afterthought. Like every time Liu Kang shoots off a fire blast, it just doesn't look right. There are many characters within this movie, both good and bad, and it is fun to see them come to life. A bit of bad news from my end. I suck at fighting games, so I never got too close to the Mortal Kombat franchise due to the violence. Parents, that's who stopped me. And instead I became a weak Tekken player. So going forward, I just know the famous ones. I'll start with Cole Young, who is a fresh start for everyone. He's a fighter, a pugilist, and he's a good looking guy, but the kid takes the whole movie to discover his arcana, which is a shame. Also, I thought originally his daughter was his little sister and his wife, Allison, was maybe a girlfriend and the kid was hers from a different relationship. The information is placed somewhere at the beginning of the movie and it goes fast, so if you don't catch it, you're kind of lost, and he never really kind of calls them his family. Raiden calls them his family, but it's weird to me. Also, Cole never knew who he was or where he was from because he grew up as an orphan in Chicago. Again, this is just one line he mentions in the middle of the movie. I wish he knew a little bit more about himself since his ancestor is Hanzo, aka Scorpion. Or we could just establish his background a little better. I know we need to focus on the fights, but these minor details seem rushed and lazy. His arcana is dope though. Sonya Blade is cool, but when we first meet her, the cardboard cutout acting is really rough to start with. Though she gets better as the film progresses. You get the feeling that the actress might not have really believed in the project until it kept moving forward. Also, all the shit with her and Kano can begin to get annoying, but we're building up to a climactic fight. Jax is a cool dude, but after, it is revealed that Liu Kang got to him to save him in time after Sub-Zero did him in. Kang took him to Raiden's monks, who healed him and fitted him with small mechanical arms. These arms aren't really capable of fighting warriors bound for Mortal Kombat, but then he unlocks his arcana, which transforms his metal chicken wings into a refined, bulky mass of steel hammering madness. After he defeats his first opponent, Rico, he says one of the best lines in the whole film.
Yeah, these motherfuckers work.
Liu Kang. Dude, it's weird that Kang is not the main character, since he's the main character for most of the franchise and the original movies. But here, the writers have decided on making Cole the main character, which leaves Kang on the sideline. But the actor's physical appearance, the way he worked on his body, is just awesome, and he exhibits a lot of the character's traits on screen. Kung Lao is just fucking awesome for me. I was jazzed when he showed up and he used his iconic razor hat and performed a brutal fatality later in the film. But sadly, his soul was devoured by Shang Tsung, and I think to that fact, sadly ending Liu's time on screen prematurely was really disappointing. The mixture of martial arts and the razor-brimmed hat is just so cool.
Flawless victory.
Fuck Kano. Apparently many casual watchers enjoyed his blabbering every time the camera was aimed at his direction. But no, it's annoying, and I just dislike this character. The guy hawked wood on a gnome on Sonya's lawn. What a loser.
Oh, bloody garden gnomes. They give me the creeps.
Bi-Han and Hanzo, Sub-Zero and Scorpion. I love that we saved the fight we all wanted, or painfully dreaded the fact that it was safe to the end, but these two will always be fighting, and it will always be a fun time. And Zero's ice looks way more aggressive than I ever thought it could, while Scorpion is just all around cool. The climax is a great thing to watch. The pace of it is something I forgot about. After Liu Kang's death, our heroes run away to the void and quickly gather themselves and fight forward, rather than stopping and crying, even though this is the darkness of the heart moment. But nah, this is Mortal Kombat. We don't cry. The others I don't know as well. We never saw them enough, like Raiden and Shang Tsung, for me to be amazed by them. They are just their characters, and that's fine with me. Maybe in the future we'll get some more. The others, like I said, are characters I just don't know about. Not like there's a personal problem there, I just saw bad guys being bad guys.
Get over here!
Mortal Kombat's 4 out of 5 stars is a fatality on its own rights. Then there's the fact that the movie overcame financial success in a time of great uncertainty. Remember, it was released in 2021, but it did bring us some awesome entertainment, and I think we all needed it and we still require it today. At the end of it all, Cole gives up his job as a fighter and leaves for Hollywood to recruit Johnny Cage, which is where the next one will pick up, and I can't wait to see it. Cole isn't the main character in the sequel though. He will be there, but the producers have decided to pass the torch to Karl Urban. And everybody loves Johnny Cage, right? Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you're excited for the new one, Mortal Kombat 2. Who was your favorite character in the movie? Tell me in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't. That's it for now. I'll see you later.